Hi everyone, it's Andy from Hobby Headquarters. Well, I've got some exciting new books and paints to share with you guys today from AK Interactive. Some brand new paint sets for World War II, as well as two books that I think you guys would be really interested in if you're into either armor or aircraft or both. And what I thought I'd do is make this kind of a, not too long of a video, but I'll show you inside some of these books and show you what I'm talking about, how great the quality is on these, and how much information is inside each one of these books. The very first one we'll talk about just briefly here, and then later on in the video we'll show you more about it, is the FAQ3. This is a brand new book, just came out just like a week ago, and I was able to get a hold of one. This one deals with all kinds of modern armor techniques. So if you want to learn how to weather and paint and chip and do anything like that kind of stuff, that's the kind of book that you're going to be looking for, is this one right here. And as you can see, it is a massive book. I think this thing probably weighs about 5 pounds in itself, and it's just full of thousands of photos inside there, or hundreds. Maybe, there's over 1,000, but I don't know if there's more than 2,000, but quite a few inside there. Also, we have the new Real Colors of World War II book. And if you guys are airplane guys, you're going to be very interested in this, because this has lots of photo reference inside and breaks down the colors that are involved in the World War II aircraft. And then to go along with those, AK has released a whole bunch of sets, which I have a couple of them right here, of World War II aircraft sets. So we've got one for like US Navy in World War II. We've got Russian aircraft in World War II, German aircraft, British aircraft, American Air Force aircraft. So all kinds of great paint sets that they're coming out with, and then you can tie it in with the actual book for photo reference. Now, I've done a video in the past showing you guys the AK paint. So we won't do anything of the painting right now, because if you want to see how the paints work, you can go take a look at that video. It was just a couple months ago. They're great paints, really stick well to the plastic, and are some great colors inside there. And of course, they're going to be expanding the range as it goes along. So that'll be just a wonderful thing to have. And what I thought I would do is since we're talking about that, AK makes all kinds of really big books like this. This happens to be my personal one. This is one on diorama. This one's bigger yet than the FAQ3, and as you can see, this is probably 7 or 8 pounds in itself. And this book has been out for a few years, and I don't know if you can still get a hold of this one through regular channels, but if you can, definitely want to try to find this one. This is so full of information on doing dioramas. And the best part of all is I like reading these books is because it gives me inspiration to want to go on and do more modeling. And you'll see like just something inside there that'll spur your mind and go, wow, I want to do something, maybe not exactly like that, but send you down a different path. And lately I've been doing all kinds of dioramas in my mind, and I've started to put a few. Still working on that one little by little, which I've got a video coming up in the near future too. We'll show more of that stuff, and I've used some of the techniques out of here. So AK makes some fabulous books. What we'll do right now is take a look inside these two. So let's get started. Okay, the first book we're going to take a look at is FAQ3, Frequently Asked Questions for the Modern AFV Modeler, and it's written by Ruben Gonzalez and published by AK Interactive. This is the English version, because this book actually comes in 2 different varieties, English and in Spanish. So if you're looking for it out there, make sure you get the right one for yourself. And when we were talking earlier about the number of photos, I went and actually looked it up. There are actually over 2,500 photos inside this book. 464 pages. Retail is 65 euros, or about $100 over in here. And I was going through it a little bit while ago, and just to kind of take a look at everything inside and take it all in. It's an incredible book. To start off with right here, they're going to start off with your basic techniques for the beginning modeler, or even to the more intermediate modeler. And then it kind of progresses forward into all the little accessories, whether it be tie downs or tow cables or any of the other things like weld lines and rivets. Many of you guys may have remembered me doing a video showing using the stretch sprue technique, and he shows it here and talks about how it goes together. And then as we go along, about super detailing, like drilling out exhaust pipes and things like that. And then gradually it'll move forward and it'll get into like resin and doing all kinds of aftermarket accessories. And then finally into painting and weathering, which is personally my favorite part of the whole thing, because I think you can take even just an average kit and put a really good paint job and weathering job on and just turn it into something spectacular. And he talks about all kinds of stuff like that, using the headlights. As you can see right here, yeah, punching out for instrument panel dials and just all kinds, everything you'd imagine. Now, all of the other books in the past have been more or less generic stuff of doing modeling. This is going to be more for the modern day modeler. So you're going to deal with stuff like for using the anti-skid, which I was actually able just to get a hold of some of this product here, which I'm planning on doing a video in the near future, but for putting anti-skid on your modern AFEs, because all of the, or most all of them now have that on there, and it's really a nice effect. Some model companies are putting it in, some are not. So it's good to know how to do all kinds of stuff like this. And then, of course, dust effects, rain marks, chips, oils, color modulation, hand painting stuff, and then lots and lots of real photos of beat up vehicles that have been sitting out, and you can see how the rust effects takes place. And then plus there's also dioramas inside here and showing the vehicle in action. The other thing I really like about it is they actually will break down and show you how a lot of their products work from AK. For example, there's a product called Dust and Dirt Deposits, which I figured out how to use it, obviously, because it's a pigment and a wash mixed together. So you get a different effect than using them separately. And this kind of breaks down. I was looking at an article in here earlier about how all that stuff is used. And then they have, just like I was telling you, step-by-step process of using all that stuff. And then, of course, more modern day photo, or real photos, I should say. So, like I was telling you earlier, it's an excellent book. If you're into modern day armor, this is a definite must for you. And also, don't forget, a lot of this stuff can transfer over, even into sci-fi stuff. If you wanted to really beat up a sci-fi kit, a lot of these techniques will work exactly the same way, or Gundams even. So that gives you a general idea. It even talks a little bit about 3D printing in here going forward. So lots and lots of information on this. And like I was saying, for the price of $100 US or 65 euros, I think it's a great addition to your library. Now we're going to be taking a look at real colors of World War II aircraft from AK Interactive. And it deals exclusively, as you can tell by the emblem on the cover, with the four major aircraft producers of World War II, American, German, British, and Russian. And inside the book, it is broken into 4 main chapters, and that would correspond to the 4 main countries that it is dealing with. Now, in each one of the chapters, which we're going to start off with is the German one, because it's the very first one here, they're going to go in from pre-war, in early war, right on into the end of World War II by the end of the section. And as they go, there are going to be quite a few World War II black and white shots. There are a few color shots inside, plus lots and lots of color plates, as you can see here. And then it'll break down the individual chips, or in this particular case, the RLM colors that will go into each one of these vehicles. So you have RLM 1, 2, and 63 that make up the color scheme on this particular airplane. And I'll just kind of briefly go over it. And it also breaks down all the other RLM colors. Lots and lots of World War II photos. All kinds of airplanes too. It doesn't specifically deal with just fighters or bombers. It's a little bit of everything inside of it. Even crashed aircraft. And then more of the RLM colors. And the reason they've broken it down like this is because what I'll show you in a few minutes are the paint sets that correspond to all of these. And then into German and some more color shots. And then as we go forward in here, we'll get out of the German section and we'll move into the American section. So more color shots, breaking down the different olive drab colors. As you can see here, some cool in-action photos and then diagrams. Then into the British colors and the different color schemes and templates that they had inside of how they painted different parts of the airplane. And then once again, more color chips that let you know what colors are going inside each one of these airplanes. That's a beautiful shot right there of an old one sitting in a field. and then into Soviet aircraft, like I was telling you, as you can see. And there's quite a few pages inside this book. In fact, there is almost 300 pages inside here, and lots of photos and lots of breakdown of everything. And then we'll move this to the side, and I'll show you the paints that correspond to this. So AK has come out with a whole line of these paint sets, and they usually have anywhere from 3 to 4 paint chips or paint bottles inside each one of them. This particular one is Luftwaffe fighter colors, 1941 to 44. So you have RLM 74, 75, and 2 different versions of 76, both an early and a late version, which is the underside color of the kind of like the blue bottom of the airplane. And then, of course, I'll just show you some of the other sets. So this is one of the 3-packers here. This is U.S. Navy and Marine Corps air colors. And then there's also a second one here, U.S. Navy and aircraft color, or Marine Corps colors, I should say, with like the sea blue, the insignia white. So it's nice that they've broken them down in there, that you can easily find all the colors you're looking for in one box, or 1 or 2 boxes. That way you get everything, rather than going up to a paint rack and finding, oh, it's out of that particular color. And then here's U.S. Army Air Force colors. This is a 3-pack as well. So there are quite a few different aircraft sets out on the market. In the past, you guys may have seen me use the military sets that I have from them for armor kits. And they usually have 4. I think all of them have 4. In fact, I don't think I've had one that was a 3-packer. But it's great that they have all those colors in one box, so you know what you're dealing with. And with the book and the combination of the paints, you're ready to start painting up some beautiful aircraft models. Well, there you go, guys. There's a quick look inside the new books and paints for AK Interactive. I've got lots of other projects ahead of me right now. I've got a few models even actually started already as well. So I want to thank you guys as always for watching, and please stay tuned because I have many more videos coming.